And trial attorney Alexis Rosenberg. All right, am I crazy? Am I crazy that I don't care what your rules are, but my goodness, we've had cameras in parole hearings in California years ago, so I know it can be done. This parole board is deciding whether or not to recommend a convicted double murderer who was facing the death penalty, was given life without the possibility of parole, and they're deciding whether or not he should get parole, yet the public is excluded from from seeing and hearing the entire process here. Is that outrageous, Alexis?
I'm going to say yes. I think that there should be transparency. I think the public should be able to see what's going on inside and not just get what Matt said, this email or some sort of note that's being slipped. It really doesn't make much sense. I mean, this has been out in front of the public the whole entire time.
Yeah, and California changed their law. I get it. I don't agree with their law. I don't think double murderers should get a second chance. But California, they elected the people who passed this law and said this is the way we want to administer justice. Okay, that's fine. But, there should be some level of an obligation to the public as to why you would or would not let out a double murderer. For two reasons, Alexis. I see on the one reason is the safety of the public, right? So we kind of believe, okay, we see how this system's actually working. That's number one. But number two, to make sure that whatever standards are applied to killers who get a second chance is applied evenly across the board. And rich kids from Beverly Hills who have celebrities speaking on their behalf don't get some sort of special treatment, right? Isn't that another reason for this for transparency here?
I totally agree with you, Vinny. I mean, I think then we even saw with the Diddy trial that the cameras weren't allowed in that court either. And this just seemed to be a trend that I totally disagree with because the public has a right to have access to those courtrooms. But you bring up a very valid point. Would this be happening if these two brothers were African American? Would the same thing be taking place right now? And I got to say, I'm not so sure that would be the case.
All right, Alexis, we have about a minute left, so I'm going to split it between you and David. What are your thoughts about a jailhouse informant? Is it a sign of weakness? I felt like they had enough at Charlie's trial to convict Donna.
I don't know if it's a sign of weakness, but I think the jurors are always asking, what is the motivation? But, it doesn't surprise me that she may have been running her mouth after we listened to what you just stated about those phone calls. She seems to not be able to really understand that they're snitches in jail and they are recording the conversations.
This young guy, mom's murdered, dad's on trial for the murder, never talks about what happened to mom, his whole life. His grandma, maybe she did, maybe she didn't talk about this. Grandpa's a serial killer. The other grandpa, the other grandma helped the serial killer. This poor guy, what a life. So this is all being played out in front of the jury. How does it impact the jury in trying to decide what happened to his mom, Melissa?
Well, I think, as you said, the jury's going to feel very sad for him. It's just bizarre. What's in the water there? This is just a crazy story. There was also testimony from the grandmother, interestingly enough, that not only did they not talk about his mother, but also somebody broke into the garage and stole all the pictures of the mother, which is really strange, and 2 lanterns, I believe. That's all they took, allegedly. So, it seems like they just wanted to, for whatever reason, make the mother disappear. They're not talking about her. You've got 2 young kids. You would think that they would want to keep the memory of the mother alive for them, but that was not happening.